Stephen, are you still basking in the afterglow of a Memorial Cup championship, and is that an afterglow that will last a lifetime?
That's something that definitely will be with me for the rest of my life. But you know what, you gotta move on. Really, you can't celebrate your whole life for it. It's a great accomplishment. I'm very proud of that. Glad I have that in my back pocket for the rest of my life. But you got to move forward and try and get to the next level, and that's what my goal is. So that's all I'm trying to focus on right now.
How important was last spring in getting to the next level, and specifically the series against North Bay, where it seemed that you really took off?
It was last year or this year that just this season?
Spring, yeah.
It was this season was huge for me. I felt like in the playoffs, I really came around, and every series I got more and more confidence, more and more ice time, and I just began to play, and my game really began to click, and carried that on through to the Memorial Cup, and thought I had a great tournament there as well, and I was lucky enough to be picked by the Leafs here, and it's a great accomplishment for me, especially being my hometown. It's a dream come true. So.
Sixth-round draft pick in the Ontario Hockey League, passed over at age 18 by the NHL. Is it fair to say you've been a late bloomer? Would you categorize yourself that way?
Yeah, I can agree with that. Maybe a step behind some of the more elite guys that went in their own draft year, and where I was passed upon. You know, I didn't play my 16-year-old year in the OHL. I waited a year. I played a year of midget, so definitely wasn't right in the mix there. Took a step back, I guess. Focused on my development and was able to step into the OHL my second year. Got off to a bit of a slow start, and then just for me, it was all about improving every practice, improving every game, and that was my goal, and that's what I did, and it's got me here today. So.
You've grown 3 inches and put on 40 pounds in the last 3 years. I mean, you have grown, and they're feeding you wherever it's been.
I owe that to my mom. My mom's a great cook. She's born in Italy, so can't complain about the food at all. She's always helping me, always keeping the fridge and the pantry stocked. So I'm always trying to put in the calories and put in the work in the gym to help myself grow.
Like Rinat Valiev, you two were drafted at age 19. Even if it was a slight snub, did it motivate you this past season?
Is that
in terms from the National Hockey League and knowing that you're going to play at this level at some point in your career, getting drafted a year later?
Yeah. Of course. It gave me hope, really, that even if you're not at that level, even if it takes you a while, you know what I mean. If it takes you a while to get to where you want to be, you got to have patience, and it really. Yeah, it was really. I'm really happy for myself, and yeah, I'm glad that even though it took time, that I got drafted, and I was never worried, and even if I didn't get drafted, no, I wouldn't be worried. I'm looking at the future all the time, and I'm happy to be here, but there's a lot more to come.
DJ used you in so many key roles defensively as a shutdown defenseman near the end of the season. How did you see your game evolve defensively last season?
My defensive development was huge. You know, always in practice, working on one-on-ones, working on battling in the corner, keeping guys in front of you at all times, always being between the puck and the net, and really bearing down on my defensive side of the game, and then letting my offense come after that. So was always worrying about defense first, especially DJ. He's a very defense first coach, so we were always stressing defense with him, and then offense comes after that.
Plus 33. The big goal, of course, the overtime winner against Quebec. You're going to remember that forever.
Yeah, that's something I'll definitely remember forever. It was the biggest goal of my life, and it's a feeling that I'll never forget, scoring that goal.